Good morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, random county. Welcome to another episode of the Random Roulette Podcast. I am your host, Homebrewed Beer, and I am joined by the ever fantastic Spooky Suki.
I feel like homebrewed beer is just gross.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I've never had a good homebrewed beer.
You went to Kegs to the Cure that one year. That's all homebrewed.
Yeah, I liked mead.
Well, yeah.
That's not beer. It's not. Okay, I feel like I'm quiet. Sorry.
Do you need me to crank you up?
I don't know. Is it that knob? I don't think it's that knob.
Yeah, that's the master level for your channel. That's gain.
Yeah, I want more of that.
Okay.
That's what I want.
Very good.
There we go. All right. I forgot what I was going to say.
No, I'm Homebrewed Beer. That was supposed to be my segue into that I went to Kegs to the Cure this weekend.
Oh, I see. How did it go?
It was actually probably one of their best turnouts.
Turns out.
Turns out.
They've turned their shirts inside out.
That they've had, they always order new cups every year, and like you go and you buy
Okay, I
cups.
saw a picture though, and it looked like the same cup that I have. So
No,
how much did they change it?
Well, no. Well,
Does
sometimes
it have a year on it?
Some of them do. I have one for the 10th anniversary.
I use mine quite a bit because
It's small.
after I've done my pour over coffee bags things, I put the bag in there so I can use it again. So yeah, it's used quite frequently still.
Well, they ordered 300 new cups for this year, and they sold out. And then they had more people come after that, so they had like from years past. So yeah, they did really good, and all that money went to cancer research. Actually, specifically Relay for Life for the Linkin area. Yeah, it's Kegs to the Cure, Catherine's Warriors.
Nice.
And yeah, it was pretty awesome. They had 41 different brews, and they're all just like basement ales. It's awesome.
How many did they have the last time I went?
I don't think it was that many. They said this is the most they've had of any previous year.
I would murder over that one mead.
Yeah.
No.
They had a hibiscus one this year that was really good too.
I like hibiscus.
Yes.
I like blueberry better, I think.
They
Actually,
also-
I feel like hibiscus and blueberry would be good together. Question mark?
Yeah,
Perhaps.
I can see that working. Probably one of my favorites they had there was it's called Ginger Bearded Man, Gingerbread Man. It tastes like October. It was great. Of course, my cousin, my cousin and her husband are the ones that put it on every year, and he's like the brewmaster for the whole thing. I don't know where that came from.
What is this?
It's a microphone size adapter.
That's for yours then.
No, because mine's already in, and mine's also anodized in black.
The one you have in there right now
Came with the microphone.
came with the stand.
Oh.
This is probably the original one.
Oh, maybe. Neat.
Why is it out?
I don't know. You set it up.
I didn't fucking put that there.
Okay. Well, it was probably ghosts and shit.
Oh, man.
That's very good.
This house is too new to have ghosts.
I don't know. Do you think the age of a place?
Yeah, because
determines-
nobody's died here.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, the United States is built on one giant Indian burial ground.
Okay, well, all ground has had a dead person in it, probably.
Yeah, so shouldn't everything be haunted?
It's not, though, is it?
How do you know?
It's only old houses that are decrepit.
I don't
Only
think.
old things.
I don't think that's real.
That is real. That's the whole thing.
No, because I thought they're like of the land. Also, how's come ghosts are always like Victorian and like super old? Like, what if they're just like millennial ghosts and they're just like lethargic and like, I don't want to fucking haunt this place.
Why would they want to be here longer?
Well, I don't think you get a choice.
Most
when you're a ghost.
millennials don't want to fucking be
Don't
here the
wanna
way
be
it
here to
is.
begin
Why would they stick around?
No, do you think you get a choice if you become a ghost or not?
Yeah.
Like I thought that was like a
it's a choice.
like
Or-
a damned thing.
Yeah, no, you get a choice. If somebody murders you violently,
Oh,
then most people make the choice to get like their spoopy revenge. Is my theory. Also, ghosts are probably not really a thing anyways.
you don't think so?
No.
Of all the weird things you believe in, you don't believe in ghosts?
Because all of the ghost things
Are
can
easily
be
explainable?
debunked by science. See, I like the good old science of things.
Yes. But I definitely don't think that we've figured everything out.
I mean, we're never going to, and that's fine.
No, not in this lifetime.
No, we're just never going to.
What if we go to sleep and go to the future?
See, I don't want that either, because you know what future probably awaits us?
Horrible, lethal death.
Nukes and radiation, my guy. No, thank you. So no, I'm good on that. Good on that one. I don't know. Like there could be ghosts. Sure, fine, whatever. But if the happening can be explained by a science thing,
Oh yeah,
then, probably no. On your grandma's house being haunted just because you feel weird vibes from it. We don't play around with that here. I'm good.
So if you don't believe in ghosts, do you believe in other spirits though?
What kind of what?
Like demons and shit.
No. Why the fuck would that shit exist?
I don't know.
No.
I feel like there's like a difference in like that separates people from animals.
No, there isn't. There literally is not. It just maybe a few more brain cells.
I don't know. I don't see no shrimp painting Mozart.
That's because they already got their own shrimp shit to do, man. Mm-hmm. There probably is shrimp Mozart, but it's in shrimp things, not people things. I'm sure shrimp have their own hierarchy of peoples.
Well, see, that's also like a weird thing because, like, I mean, it's clearly been proven that animals have emotions.
Yeah.
And, like, what is art but the expression of emotion?
They also have, like, social things.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the only thing that makes us different from animals is...
We can start fires on purpose.
A, thumbs, and B, we can cook.
Yeah.
That's it. I think we've talked about this in a different episode.
I know we talked about like with octosquids.
Octosquids.
That if they could teach their young, they would be able to take over everything.
Yeah. What? I think that was the. Was that the Fermi?
Yes. Yeah, because aliens are octopuses.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's what me thinks. I guess. You people out there are allowed to believe whatever the hell you want. Just keep it the hell away from me. Thank you.
Just don't talk to me about it.
No thanks.
What else do you have?
I've got the news.
Right.
I was trying to say it like
the James May.
Right. The news.
And now the news.
80% of Americans now view fast food as a luxury.
Yeah.
Which is true. So sad, but true. Because that shit's expensive now.
It is.
Also, good news in the fast food sector. McDonald's is retracting their AI drive-thrus.
Hey,
Woo!
dude, because those things are dumb.
Yeah, they suck. I don't like them. Yes.
It's like, how's come there's someone else different on the phone when you were taking my order?
Because it wasn't... I think it's weird because AI voices have to be based on somebody's voice 90% of the time.
Do they?
Otherwise, you end up like Hatsune Miku.
Yes.
So, that's somebody's real fucking voice.
Yeah, and there's weird ways to do it. If you really wanted to, you can have your voice be AI-ified. There's like, it's like a 2-page like poem that you read, and it's every phonetical sound that a human voice can make, or that an English voice can make. And all that AI does is just it rearranges those.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that pop up on my... I have a Voices account, so that's for like voice acting and voiceover stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I had one pop up because I put Japanese as a language. And it was like, you could be a Japanese AI voice. And I was like, no, I don't want that.
What if you're Scarlett Johansson popping up in, what the hell was she?
Yeah, she sued them. She sent them a cease and desist.
Yeah, but I can't remember like who used it. Was it Adobe? I thought it was like someone like
no,
big.
It wasn't Adobe. It was Meta, wasn't it?
Maybe that's right.
Or an off branch of Meta.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what. I think they had to stop using it because, like, technically, since she's a like celebrity person, her voice is part of her.
It's
like
part of
Essence.
Yeah, it's part of the product that she produces. Yeah.
So I think she won that one, but I'm not sure. I'll have to maybe sometime I'll have an update on it if I remember that. Anyway, scientists predict that Earth's days are to get longer and longer. So every 100 years we gain 1.7 milliseconds.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
our days are getting longer. But we'll never know.
Well,
because it happens very slowly.
Well, it's like the moon is like slowly moving further and further away.
Yeah, everything's moving further away from each other.
Yeah, that's expansion of the universe.
Yeah. Still expanding, unfortunately.
Yes. And the rate at which it's expanding, which is very strange. Why is it happening? That's one of the greatest mysteries of the universe. But this isn't the only thing that has like altered day-night cycles. The Three Gorges Dam in China actually slowed the rotation of the Earth by like 0.03 milliseconds a day.
Nice.
Because it's holding back so much goddamn water.
Yeah. Woo.
No, like it's like hitting the brakes.
There was a GoFundMe campaign to send a flat earther into space. Guess how much money they raised?
Either way too much or not enough. Like it's either like 50 cents or like $50,000.
$300.
Oh, jeez. Damn, we're almost there.
Yeah, they requested like thousands of dollars or something.
No, I think it's literally your weight in gold to send you into space.
Okay.
Because that's how much, like,
Well, I think it was going to be like one of those like Virgin Airliner things.
Oh.
Not like actually out
not
into
actually
space,
like on a
but,
NASA
just
rocket.
Up into space. $300. I don't think that'll do it.
Mm-hmm. Did you know there's also like a flat earth dude? He's in, I want to say like Pennsylvania or something like that. But he's trying to build his own rocket.
Yeah, I did hear about that a few years ago, though. So you think he would have been done by now.
No, but he's actually had like test launches that have been like successful. Like he hasn't gotten as high as would need to actually see anything. But what's hilarious is the mathematics he has to use. It only works if you're on a globe.
Buddy. How? I don't. Whatever. There's like so many pictures of Earth. Are they just like, nah?
Well, no, because it's all the government covering it up, trying to keep the truth from you. Yeah,
people are just stupid.
They're gold medalists in mental gymnastics.
We need a plague that targets idiots and rich people.
We did. It was called COVID, but it didn't work.
More. We need more. More plague. Give it to me. You suppose I can call somebody in China and be like, "Bud, your plague, do it better."
I mean,
come on.
You can. I don't know if they'll speak English though.
That's fine. I'll figure it out.
Oh, just go to Google Translate to Cantonese.
I don't even need to. I can just type in kanji characters because that's all they use.
But that's Japanese.
No, kanji is actually Chinese.
Well, French and English use the same letters, but when you put them together, they don't.
They mean the kanji characters mean the same thing. The only difference is how you say them. You do realize that, right? You didn't know that this whole time? This whole last time?
Was it kanji? I thought that was like hiragana or katakana or whatever the one.
No, those are the ones that are strictly Japanese.
Okay.
So you had them mixed up.
See, English is the hardest language to learn. They have 4 different fucking alphabets.
It's only 3.
Romanji?
You don't use fucking Romanji. Nobody uses Romanji. That's bullshit. I don't know who told you that one, but
but you know what it is.
That's for English learning morons. That's what it's for.
I am an English learning moron. No? Okay.
Nope.
Son, I am disappointed.
Nope. Don't do it.
So I've been nerding out. Or you have more?
Nope, that's it for the news.
Okay.
That is all the news.
So I have been going hard. Well, in the month of June, I've been doing a lot of traveling, so I've had a lot of free time, and I've been listening to some audiobooks. And I finished the 3-Body Problem.
I think you talked about this once.
I have, but no,
Okay.
I've finished the books. I need to steal someone's Netflix so I can watch the series, but it's very, very good. And it's also absolutely fucking terrifying. Like they think that they've saved the world, and every time they think they saved the world, it gets worse. And it's for the two books, the two final books in the series. It all kind of comes down to this one chick just constantly messing up. And it's like just small things that she just gets wrong, and it's like, oh, that just fucks over all of humanity. Yes, very good. But there were some things that are like, oh, I don't know if we're actually that far away from it. So the whole thing is about Earth trying to come together and fight off an alien invasion. And there's a mechanic in the book where people can like go into cryosleep and then come back later.
Well, mistake number one is trying to fight the aliens.
Well, no, they're far away. Like they're coming. They said, hey, we're coming to get you guys. So
Yeah, just let them.
So it's all like, how can we defend? Well, no, that's actually like one of the main characters in the first book. That's her whole thing. Is she's a radio astrologer, and she's the first one to pick up send out a signal to the universe, like, hey, what's going on?
Mm.
And the first message she gets back is, do not respond to this. If anyone else hears this, they will come and they will kill you. Do not respond to this.
Respond immediately.
No, that's what she did. It's like, you know what? Someone's got to be doing better than what we're doing here.
Good for her. I like her.
And they're like, cool. So then they sent an invasion fleet. But when the characters like go to the future, they go to like 200 years in the future. And in that age, they call it the hyper information age. So any like vertical surface, like any wall, any door, they call people wall tappers because you can touch any surface and everything is like connected. So like it'll pop up like a window and you can like you're on the internet and you can like find information.
Ew.
And as you're walking through public spaces, any vertical surface, like the windows will just follow you with advertisements constantly.
Oh God.
And everything's tied to you, so every advertisement only you can see, and it's directed straight toward you.
No, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Yeah, see, okay, here's the thing that I never quite got about the whole, there must be time travel, whatever, nonsense. So, if you time travel,
mm-hmm.
you're just going to end up out in the middle of fuck all space.
Yes. Well, yes.
Because it's not going to, the Earth isn't going to be in the same exact position unless you really coordinate that shit.
Well, if you had like a magic just zoop machine, yes.
Yeah, it would have to travel you in space and time.
Okay.
But nobody ever addresses that.
Well, we can talk about like relativity, which is very, very interesting. Okay, so say you were at a star 65 million light years away and you were looking at Earth, mm-hmm. and you had a very, very powerful telescope. What would you see on the surface of the Earth?
It would be like ages past because you wouldn't see the current time.
Well, no, like right now, if you're 65 million light years away,
yeah,
and you're looking at Earth,
you're looking at 65 million
years ago. Yeah, there'd be dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So if you're able to travel faster than the light could come to you, you would be able to get to Earth when there's dinosaurs.
Is that how it actually works?
Yeah.
I don't think
it's like a treadmill.
I thought they actually like debunked that.
No, if you travel faster than light can come at you.
You can't.
Yes, I said if. that's the science fiction part. Well, it's not completely
we'll never
impossible.
Get there. It is. We're not going to get there.
It is.
We're not going to get there.
Well, not in our lifetime, no.
I don't think in anyone's, because the amount of energy that would take every single thing we have on the Earth unless we like figure out how to harness black holes, and that's not going to happen.
Well, there was a time in Earth's history where we thought going more than a mile a minute would be just absolutely insane and not possible.
Yeah,
We do
but
that
that's
every day now.
not. And now we've gotten to the point where I think we know our limits.
Well,
And I think that's one of them.
no, we found out how to harness more energy out of different things.
We're running out of shit to harness is the problem, my guy.
I mean, we got a giant fusion reactor in the sky about 8 light minutes away.
Yeah, but I think it's best to leave that one be so we don't all fucking die. Perhaps. No, I think we're out of shit to harness. That's going to be powerful enough to ever get even close to anything.
Mm-hmm.
Substantial enough to be possible. So, nope, I think that one's out for us. Us mere human beings.
But what about, like...
This is where the aliens come in.
Yeah, they'll save us.
Probably not. They probably think we're so dumb that we can't do anything. They're never going to visit. That's probably why they haven't visited. They're probably like, these guys, idiots.
So one of the horror aspects in the book is it's called the dark forest theory, which we kind of lightly touched on in the Fermi paradox episode, which boils down to every civilization grows, and as it grows, it will just consume. Like, you just need more things to feed people, to exist.
Yep.
However, the universe is finite.
Yep.
The dark forest theory is the idea that we want us to grow more than someone else. So the analogy is, imagine you're in a dark forest, and if anyone makes a noise, you know where they are. You can take them out, and then now you don't have to worry about finding resources for yourself.
Yeah, you can just take theirs.
Yeah. So the idea is everyone in the universe is hiding from each other. And the first person to make a noise dies.
Well, we've been making noise for a long time.
We have, but the thing with, like, the idea is one of the first worldwide broadcasts was Adolf Hitler's speech.
Oh, boy.
So the first thing that aliens would see.
Lovely.
However,
What a great specimen and example of the human race.
Well, see, also, they wouldn't have any context for what that actually means. You think aliens don't speak English? Hell, they don't even necessarily have eyes. Like,
I don't think that speech was in English, was it?
Okay, well, they sure shit don't speak German.
Maybe they'll figure it out. Maybe it's like their Voynich manuscript.
It's just, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you say you don't believe in ghosts, but there's the whole thing, weird stuff with cosmologically.
It's all just like written by shitheads.
No. I still think that my favorite explanation for that was the guy's just a bad artist. It's like we think everything from the past is like done by geniuses, and like the best in their field's like no, it's like a shitty internet comic.
No, what I love is when they find like little scribbles and tidbits on like ancient walls and stuff, and it's like, I fucked your mom or something.
Yeah.
It's like, we've been saying the same shit this entire time.
No, internet comment sections have existed for as long as humanity has.
They've just been on physical walls instead of internet walls.
No, if you want a really big laugh, look into all of the writings on the walls in Pompeii.
Yeah.
It's fucking hysterical.
We've been the same shitheads.
I know.
The entire time. I don't think human beings have ever not been shitheads.
You think that's in our nature, that we're just dicks to each other?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Just the way things are. It'd be that way.
I mean, I don't know. I find a little bit of hope in that, and the fact that we can always just find something to laugh at. Bernie Burns from Rooster Teeth years and years ago, he said, "Yeah, I don't mind Justin Bieber," and this dates that. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't mind Justin Bieber because that means that there's still something that 13-year-old girls can scream about.
Oh, that's actually kind of sweet.
It's like, and
that's kind of nice.
We know that the world is actually doomed when there's nothing for 13-year-old girls to scream about.
That's fair. Absolutely. Okay, that turned out a lot more like wholesome than I thought it was going to be. I was in for like a roast, but nope, just wholesome instead.
Yeah, so I definitely think that if we can still be shitheads to each other, there's still hope for humanity.
Perhaps. I've been tearing apart a guitar.
Yes.
It's over there.
You've
body only. I'm trying to decide what exactly
it.
to do with it. Because I took the neck off and I was like, you know, it'd be fun if I just repainted the whole thing.
So did you take all the like the pickups and stuff out of it?
Pickups are on the pickguard yet because I don't know a lot about the electrical workings of things with guitars.
They're pretty simple. Like it's
Yeah, I realize that, but I don't want to just rip it apart without knowing what I'm doing. So I kind of left it intact for the time being until I can look into that more. Because I know what pickups I want to get, but I'm having trouble finding a pickguard.
Oh, that you like?
That'll even
Fit that?
not that will fit that, but with the pickup setup correct.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because like the one near the bridge is kind of angled, and like the space in between.
Where I want to get double duals.
I see.
So, because I want to get some humbucker.
Yeah. Well, you can router out that.
Yeah, but that gets more complicated with that angled one.
I see.
So, I'm going to have to look into that more and see if I can find one. Because I know I want the Black Winter pickups for it. But those are typically used for, like, more metal style guitars, so more spiky edges and things, and not for a Stratocaster body. I am so freaking sick of Stratocaster bodies.
Yeah.
There's too many of them.
Yes.
I hate it. And they always come in like the best color combinations. And
Yeah, like that seafoam green one.
No, there was one that I saw and it was what was it? It was like a metallic purple.
Like the one that you have?
Fleck in it. No.
Ooh.
It had metallic fleck in it. And it had all black everything. Pickguard, pickups, all of the accessories and stuff. And I was like, that's so fucking cool. But I hate the shape. I hate it. Get away from me.
Take a saw to it.
No.
How much does the actual body of the guitar matter for sound?
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Huh.
What it's made out of, what the neck is made out of, what the neck is overlaid with, everything matters to a degree. But if you're not really giving a shit that much and you're just a guitar person, doesn't really matter for, like, your average guitar player. When it gets really specific is if you're, like, an expert player or really want a certain sound. So to the general people,
The Gen Pop is like,
doesn't
no.
really matter. But certain shapes do lend themselves to different sounds. So Stratocaster bodies are usually going to be
Pop,
kind of
jazz.
your just whatever. It's basically like a middle ground for things. But whereas I'm doing a bit more of the metal style, I kind of want something a bit more metal, but I don't want to buy another guitar for grand.
Just Frankenstein this thing together.
So I might just make my own and still be angry that it's a Stratocaster body. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much rage I get about this thing while I'm going for it. But
Get pissed off.
I did find a retailer that has a pretty fairly priced full painting kit.
Dope.
And they do have British Racing Green.
Yeah.
So, but I do really want. I've had my eye on a white SG with black for a long time.
A Gibson or an Epiphone.
An Epiphone, because Gibson's are
Gibson's like
thousands of dollars, and I don't have that. But I really want a white with black accessories guitar because that's kind of my aesthetic that I go for. But I don't have one. The closest thing I have is that thing, but that thing's going to get... It's a cheap guitar.
Yes.
So the poly on it is yellowing, and it irks me a lot. Because it's not white anymore, and that makes me angry. So I think it'll get British Racing Green when I have the time. But for now, I'm just going to stain the neck, because I have to sand and stain that, because I'm going to stain it black.
Are you taking all the frets out for it?
No.
Okay, because that's a
Because
lot of work.
I don't care that much.
Yeah.
I care a little bit, but not that much. That is too much work, and I am not dealing with that shit. But I don't know. We'll see. It's probably going to take me a long time, but it's fine because I have 5 other fucking
19
guitars
million guitars.
to play with. So it's fine if it takes a while, I guess. Sometimes things need to be taken slow, and that's all right. There you go. There's my helpful tip.
There's your music tip.
There's your
week.
spooky tip. Take it slow. I don't know.
No, dude, you have another section of the show. It's the spooky tips.
Sailor Spooky Moons tip.
Sailor Spooky. That sounds like a cereal.
That's kind of what the name is based off of.
Sailor Spooky Moons.
That's what the name is kind of based off of.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know. You need to do a deep dive. You need to get TV and movies so we can learn about Sailor Moon because apparently it's actually way awesomer.
Yeah. I know quite a bit about it, I guess, but I haven't finished it technically because I haven't watched the last 3 movies.
Oh. Well,
But other than that, I've
there's
seen
like
all of it.
multiple series. Like there's like S and SS and like Super.
Yeah, and then there's movies.
Yeah. And well, then there's
There's a
like
lot of
I
stuff.
thought there was a recent remake of it, or like
Yeah, so that's Pretty Guardian.
yeah, that's where her name's not Serena anymore. It's Usagi.
It's always been Usagi. It was literally only Serenity
No, when I was
for one American run.
that's the one that I know.
And her best friend has a fucking Boston-ass accent in Japan. So her friend that's not a Sailor Scout, I forgot what her
She
name
has a
is.
friend that's not a Sailor Scout.
Yeah, she's got short, brown, wavy hair. Boston accent out of
That's
fuck
awesome.
all. Don't know why.
She had like Lita and Mina and Ray and
Yeah, see, they all kept their Japanese names. I don't know why they changed Usagi's, because it's kind of bullshit. And then they made the androgynous character and the Sailor Neptune
yeah.
in the American.
Neptune, Uranus.
They're like,
they're
oh,
just really good
they're
friends.
cousins.
It's like no,
Yeah, they said they were cousins.
it's like
And then, like, there would be some scenes where they were, like,
this doesn't
real
make
close.
any sense that they're girlfriends.
Well, the one's isn't a gendered character.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's something they also took out of the American one. So,
Well, because we can't handle that.
yeah, can't have androgynous characters because that'll make all your kids gay or something.
Yes.
Weird.
And
ass
we're
shit.
halfway through June. We're halfway gay anyway.
Should be gay.
We're almost at the
More
end of
gay.
June. We're almost fully gay.
More gay. That's what we need. Oh, I said this to, I don't know if we have a name for her, but a friend of ours was talking about haircuts, something. I was like, I'm going to get an emo cut. She's like, oh, cool. I was like, make America sad on the outside again instead of just sad on the inside. Woo! So that was my best quote of that week.
That's
Whatever that
fantastic. Was it not the Anti-Karen? Was it not Frog Mama?
No,
Oh,
it was another friend.
okay.
Anyway, what are you drinking?
I am drinking Soku. It is a tangerine soju cocktail made with real juice. And it's actually quite freaking delicious. It comes in like a little beer can, but it's soju.
Comes in a little beer can. That's a normal sized can, sir.
Well, yeah, but usually soju comes in like a bottle. Like glass
Not
bottle.
always. There's a lot more in cans now.
All the soju that I've ever drank is in a bottle.
That's because that's the cheap stuff.
Yeah, but it's good.
It's fine.
Wait, this is the cheap stuff. That's what you always see BTS doing, like the tornado and then spin it open and all
Yeah,
the
like
kung fu.
it's cheap. Like that's like the number one drink.
Yeah, but rich people don't drink cheap shit. At least not in this country.
Yeah, great thing they're not from this country, and neither is that alcohol. None of it from here. They don't give a shit about our stupid ass rules. Anyway, I am drinking another Glacial Till cider. I have Harvest Peach.
But it's not fall.
Peach isn't all the time fruit, my guy. There is no off season for peaches. Peaches are fucking delicious at any time.
Oh, no, they are, but like they don't exist in the wintertime.
I don't care.
Okay. No, because Ivy just like started getting peaches again. I was like, fuck yeah,
Peaches are good any time of the year.
peaches are good.
Peaches are just delicious.
Peaches come from a can.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Anyway, you can take out an ad space with us if you'd like.
And it will be in this part of the show.
Yes, contact one of us and we'll strike a deal. You can find us on
Instagram.
Yep. Instagram.
Instaface.
The Meta Overlord apps. And YouTube. And some other shit now.
Well, we don't have anything uploaded to YouTube yet, do we?
False.
What?
We do have shit uploaded to YouTube.
Oh.
Somebody even commented on our Theremin episode. I'll have to show you that after the show.
Dope.
Yeah. So we're on YouTube now, and eventually we'll actually have recordings of this when my camera's not fucking dead as shit.
Being dumb.
Sorry. What else? We're on some other shit too. Let me pull up the list because.
Oh, all the places that we're available now.
Yeah, because I signed up for some more.
Oh shit.
So I was like, oh, they.
I know because I keep getting emails and it's like, what the hell?
Yep. Sorry.
No, it's great.
That's me bad.
We are on Amazon Music. We are on Apple Podcasts.
I don't know if we're on Amazon Music anymore because I think they might have. Oh, it is. My bad. Shh. All right, so we're on Apple Podcasts, the Podbean app, which is our hosting site, by the way. Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Samsung Podcasts, and Podchaser.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit, there's more?
Are we on Audible yet? That's Amazon.
Oh Jesus.
It's
okay.
Audible.
Once your podcast is listed in Apple Podcasts, it will be automatically available in these podcast apps that I've never heard of before: Overcast, Pocket Cast, Castro, Castbox, Podfriends, Good Pods. I've never heard of any of those before. That's kind of fun.
We need to get like an aggregator.
A what?
Like one that click this site and then it's like here, however you listen to stuff.
Yeah, it's on our Podbean website.
Okay.
That already exists.
Okay.
Yeah, you automatically get like a little web page thingy when you have a Podbean.
That was kind of red.
And they show all the stuff's on there. I haven't edited any of it, so I don't know what it looks like. But it exists. It's out there. You can also support the show, which we would greatly appreciate, at patreon.com/randomroulette. If you sign up for the top tier, which I think is like $10, we'll send you a t-shirt. Maybe.
And if you're part of the $5 tier, you can request a topic.
You can do that at the $10 too, by the way. We don't just
No, you gotta sign up for both of them.
gotta do both. Yeah, and then I think you can do show notes too.
Yes, we'll have for show notes. My notebook is almost done, which is actually kind of sad. I've had this since we started.
Are you gonna eat it?
No.
Just kidding. I've gone through 2.
You've gone through a lot. You also write big.
I do write big because I can't read.
Well, I can't read anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, good to know.
Anyway, last week or 2 weeks ago, I spun music, and I am gonna go. I'm gonna do a deep dive into one of my favorite bands, which is LP, Linkin Park. So,
Yeah, see, you're doing the thing again.
see, now I'm further away.
Well, scoot closer. I don't know. Scoot closer.
I'm gonna eat your face. Okay.
What the fuck? Just trying to help you, shit.
So, how long do you think it takes to be a band?
A long time.
It takes a very,
It
very
takes a
long
long
time. I mean, as
Actually,
huge.
not true. It takes about 5 minutes.
Well, yeah, and then
but
you
to get
actually are a
out
band.
there, it takes longer.
So, the earliest DNA that Linkin Park has is Mike Shinoda and Brad, the guitarist. They grew up together, went to high school together, and they always kind of played music. Mike Shinoda, well, they went to a fine arts magnet school in LA.
Yes, of course.
So they were musically inclined, from birth. But Brad, he was always kind of just a bullshitter. He says oh yeah, so my main influences in guitars are Slash and Johannes Bach.
Yeah.
It's wait,
Hell
what?
yeah.
It's Bach didn't play guitar.
You know what? I get him, though. I absolutely get him. Because I was listening to classical music the other day, and I was like, that would be a sick fucking riff.
Oh, no, it is.
So I get it.
Like, if you put, like, metal drums behind classical music, it
slaps.
It works.
It slaps.
So, because Shinoda came from, like, Atlanta, he was schooled in music for a long time, he was able to kind of, like, brew in, like, all the other parts that make it. And obviously, like, in LA, there's a lot of places to, like, perform and stuff. So him and Brad and their guitarist, who now goes by Phoenix, and their drummer, they had a band called Zero, Xero, and they formed in, like, 94.
Like Xerox?
Zero, Zero, or Xero.
Yeah, like Xerox machine.
It would look like Xerox, yes.
Yeah.
So they just played any fucking show that they could.
Absolutely, as you do.
And Brad actually interned for a bunch of different, like, record labels and stuff because, again,
yeah.
like, because he's kind of,
you're in LA. Do everything.
yeah. But they never really, like, caught on. I mean, because they're a garage band. They're kind of underground. At the same time, in Phoenix, Arizona, Chester Bennington was growing up. He didn't have a very good childhood. Yeah. Some bad things happened to him that really never, like, left him. He said that he was beat up, and words of his, he was forced to do things he didn't want to do.
Yep.
But he always found, through all of his bad vices, music was one thing that he could always, like, kind of go back to. And so he always kind of worked on that. There's a story of him on a road trip with his siblings. It's like, what do I want to be grow up? I want to be a doctor. What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a teacher. Chester, what do you want to do when you grow up? I want to be a rock star. And they all thought that it was like, oh, yeah, okay, sure. He's like, no.
I'm going to do it.
That's what I want to do. And so within the Phoenix area, he was kind of in and out of bands. Singing was his jam, but I mean, he was also musically inclined. Like, he played piano, he played cello, played guitar. It's just kind of like a standard issue, I guess. And like, there would be, like, record reps that would come to, like, festivals and stuff, and he would try to, like, rub shoulders with them, and nothing really ever happened. But as Zero was kind of going through a little bit of, like, a rebrand, a little bit of a rebirth, they were looking to get a new lead singer. And through Brad's connections with record labels and Chester's just hard work.
Is that how that happened?
Yeah, they actually ended up, it was one guy that Brad used to work for when he interned, was actually one of the guys at WB Records. So Chester did an audition, and he was, like, one of the first to go, but he kind of, like, hung around, like, after his audition, like, listened to everyone else. He was like, oh, these guys suck. It's like no, like, he felt a little bit like destiny. It's like, no, this is the band that I'm supposed to be in. Like, these are the people I'm supposed to be working with. Mm-hmm. And they formed a band called Hybrid Theory. And they put out an EP called Carousel, which is actually very, very good. It was actually the first time that High Voltage came out, and My December, mm-hmm. which are later then came out on Reanimated, More to the World. But as they were kind of building all this stuff, they're still pretty small, and music tastes at that time were really, like, on, like, kind of like a cliff's edge of changing. Throughout the late 90s, all of the music was, like, pop. It was all Spice Girls, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, 98 Degrees, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. Like, that was all what mainstream music was.
I mean, kind of, but not really at the same time. Like, all of that stuff is
that
pop
was,
because it was the popular music.
Well,
but,
yeah, that was all the stuff on the charts.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, Metallica was around. Yes, Foo Fighters were around.
Yeah. There was a lot of good bands then, actually.
Yeah. I mean,
Just the
Matchbox 20, Blues Traveler.
The 90s just sucked in general.
Yeah. So it was it was kind of difficult to like break through because everything was very, very compartmentalized. Like, metal fans went to metal shows.
It was very manufactured too. Like all of that pop stuff.
Oh,
so manufactured.
It is now too.
Yeah, well, actually, not really. It's kind of getting away from that quite a bit.
Everyone has ghostwriters.
Sure, everyone has always had ghostwriters, but there's a lot of artists right now that are popular that do write their own music, that do their own producing, that do their own stuff. A lot more than you would think. So yeah, we're kind of getting away from that manufactured stuff, which is cool.
Which is good.
But all of the stuff then was fucking
It's
manufactured as hell.
No, like Hit Me Baby One More Time was actually written for like 5 other groups.
Yeah. like it was so
it was one dude like trying to
manufactured.
peddle this one shitty song.
So yeah, like trying to put your own music out at that time would have been hell.
Yeah. And again, through Mike Shinoda and kind of his nerddom and his just, different ways of thinking, started Linkin Park Underground. I remember when I got my copy of Hybrid Theory, it came with a little flyer to join Linkin Park Underground.
Yeah.
Which was basically trying to equate it to what it would be now. It was like a fan club, but you would get like kind of like stuff in the mail. It was also this is 1999, so like birth of the internet. Like it was this own like message board, like internet site thing that was strange.
They had a MySpace.
Yes.
They had a MySpace.
Yes. Every band had a MySpace.
Yeah, but like they were pretty early with their MySpace.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
So they would mail out like tapes and CDs, and like their friends would duplicate them and spread them out. So like they literally had like an underground movement before they even like actually had any big thing happen. Like this is still them as Hybrid Theory. And Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. I actually don't know how that name came about, but like the original name was this Hybrid Theory. And the idea was because they mix so many different things. A lot of people kind of point to them as like the start of nu metal, like alongside Korn and Limp Bizkit.
It does. It's hard because all of that shit was going on at the exact same fucking time.
It was, and also at the same time was groups like Slipknot was getting really big.
Yeah,
Static X.
Yeah,
like
I think it's hard to pinpoint it on one specific thing, and I think it was just the movement at the time.
And it was.
Yeah.
And that was actually one of the reasons why it was hard to sign them. It's like, well, man, what makes you different than Korn or Limp Bizkit? It's like,
you do the same thing.
You mix rap and rock. That's original.
Yeah.
But one of the things that set them apart was they actually had the underground movement. Also, Joseph Hahn, who did all the programming electronics for it. It made their shows a lot more of a spectacle. And between Chester, Hahn, and Shinoda, they could all do their own mastering.
Yeah.
So that's why.
A whole nother skill in itself.
Which is why their first album sounds so awesome.
Yeah.
Like, because they're all moving in one direction together. They weren't beholden to some guy in a sound booth. Like, okay, can I get one more take?
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's when things really started moving towards, like, doing your own shit, too. Mm-hmm. And I think that's kind of that same era where it was like, you know what? Fuck these studio guys. We can just do it all ourselves.
In that time frame, like the early to mid aughts, I mean, it's still kind of a holdover from old recording things, but studios would charge by the track.
Yeah.
And this comes from like actually like pressing vinyl records because it would take up more space. But now we're burning on the CDs. We're burning on the magnetic tape.
And I don't know if you know this, but that's why. When people do
hidden
like
tracks?
3-track little CDs and they call them EPs.
Yeah, yeah.
It's short for extended play. Because before that, you would have a long play, which was just like one track.
Yeah.
And then you had a full-length album.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you had a limited amount of space on your record disc.
Yeah.
basically. So an extended play disc was. They're like the little 6-inch,
Yeah, the small records. Yeah.
and that's where we get EP from that we still use today. But obviously that is all like null and void.
Yeah,
but we still use it,
I mean,
which is awesome.
It's a holdover from days past.
Like the floppy disk icon.
One of the other things that actually absolutely just launched Hybrid Theory as an album was they didn't have the parental warning explicit content.
Yeah.
Well, every other band that was coming out at the time had that, and that was a very new thing. This is when the ESRB was a big thing. The MPAA was actually ramping up. The ESRB being video game ratings, MPAA
like
being movies.
rating systems and whatnot.
But that was the only rock album of that time that parents would want to buy for their kids because it didn't say explicit content on it.
Yeah, but like they didn't know to put it on there, or they just
no,
like, no, we're not going to put it on there.
No, because it didn't meet the criteria.
Oh,
Like,
all right.
the original Hybrid Theory album is really clean. I mean,
I guess.
conceptually not, but lyrically.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
So it sold now. In its first month, it sold 800,000. So it went gold its first month, and now it's I think it's diamond.
Yeah.
Like, which is
I think that's the max you can get now.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything higher.
Well, I think
that.
then you go like double diamond. Yeah, because it's gold, platinum, diamond.
I don't know if I've ever heard of a double diamond. I'll have to look that
I think
up later.
like Michael Jackson.
Well, yeah.
Thriller. Yeah.
I think it'd be pretty tough to
But
get
yeah, I think it's
anything else.
100,000 to get gold, 1 million is platinum, and then 10 million is diamond.
I feel like they should change it now, though.
Oh yeah, because now it's listened.
It's so much harder to get.
Well, no, because no one buys albums. So
it's so much harder
it's kind
to
of hard
get
to
album
measure.
sales now. So I wonder if they'll ever change it, or if they did change it. I haven't been paying attention. I'd have to look it up.
How many views? How many listens?
Oh god,
Which is also ridiculous because they can just have bots just listening to it all the time. Like,
yeah. Plus, there's the YouTube buttons or whatever now. But that's for subscribers, I guess, not views.
yeah. So, how do you follow up literally one of the best album launches of all time?
Just keep cranking music out.
They drop Meteora. This is what they do.
Just keep cranking them out.
Which I think is Meteora might actually be their best album. Like start to finish. I think that was probably their best.
You know what though? I really like Minutes to Midnight.
I do too.
Like, I think more than the others. I just really liked it.
Hybrid Theory is 100% pure nostalgia for me because that was the first album I ever bought.
Yeah, you old bat.
I listened to that on the way to school every morning. Listen to Paper Cut, With You, and what's the third song of that? It's the other single off of that one. But it was always, that's how long it took to go to school was those 3 songs. Yeah. On a CD player that ran on batteries that I had to have the auxiliary tape thing to my shitty car. Like,
oh yeah, I had an aux tape.
Yeah.
For a long time.
But because the whole band kind of worked together to like make the sound what it is, that's why they were able to drop Reanimated in between. Because Mike Shinoda is the type of person that like he just doesn't shut off.
Yeah, you just keep working on shit.
And like the album art for it for Hybrid Theory also kind of like stuck out quite a bit because it was like Banksy style.
Did they do their own album art?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is all like Mike Shinoda.
Gotcha.
But it's actually that image is an homage to Gundam X.
Yeah, I wondered about that.
And that's why on Reanimated, the cover art on the album is a Gundam. Because Mike Shinoda is a self-proclaimed otaku. Because he's a big fat nerd.
Plus, who doesn't like Gundam?
What was the first single off of Meteora?
Oh, boy.
Wasn't Faint. Wasn't Breaking the Habit. It was the other
No.
one. But the opening for that music video is a panning shot of Mike Shinoda's Gundam collection.
I don't think I've ever watched any of the videos.
Oh no, the videos are fucking. You've never seen Breaking the Habit?
No.
Okay, so that actually, like, broke some molds too. Kind of before that, like music videos, it was usually just like the band playing in like whatever area.
Yeah, this is when we start getting into actual like mini movies
Yeah,
in music videos that we still kind of do quite a bit.
I didn't write it down, but they actually went to Japan.
Hell yeah.
And one of the major, not Toriyama, that's Dragon Ball Z, but one of the major like anime studios actually.
Was it Toei? Oh, do you know what? Any animes that they've made?
I'm not gonna know.
What the hell, man?
Well, I just don't recognize the name off the top of my head, but
No.
they actually had an actual anime studio draw that video.
Huh.
And then for all the parts, that's actually the band. It's all just rotoscoped, so it was filmed and then it was drawn over and cell shaded.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's an actual like anime music video.
Woo.
And exactly, it's an anime music video. That's what started the whole AMV scene.
Yeah.
Where it's Naruto, and what's the background music? It's Linkin Park. Like,
Yeah.
So again, like I don't know if that's just like foresightedness or if that's just something that just kind of worked in, but that was kind of the original idea that Linkin Park was. It was bringing a bunch of like weird people together. They brought metalheads, they brought rock and roll fans, they brought rap fans,
Yeah, rap fans.
They brought
You
electronica
just
fans.
about anyone in there, really.
Yeah, like there was something for everyone.
Yeah.
And then, if you're actually like a big nerd, hey,
Hey, you like anime? Come hang out with us.
it's like, are you white? Well, there's white guys. Are you Japanese? There's a Japanese guy. Are you Korean? Well, there's a Korean guy.
Yeah.
Like, and then musically and lyrically, it was kind of the first music that wasn't just either angry or horny.
I don't agree with that one, but
Well,
continue.
as opposed to like, some of the, well, this is where emo music comes from too. It kind of has its roots.
no, it doesn't.
Are you going to tell me that Crawling isn't an emo song?
No, I'm saying that's not where emo music came from. Emo music has been happening way before that.
Well, yeah,
Holy shit.
to where it was like on the radio and everyone knew what it was.
Yeah,
It's like, well, I guess Green Day.
Yeah, like there's bands way before.
Well,
Plus,
and
like you get any of like the old punk bands that's pre-emo is punk music.
well,
not,
and grunge
not,
too.
not new metal.
Like Nirvana is
Yeah,
like
new
laid the
metal-
groundwork for it.
Kind of was doing its own thing when emo music was coming about.
Yeah, but especially some of the emotions that were explored through Bennington's lyrics are things like insecurity, things like sadness, things unsure.
Yeah, Green Day was doing that shit
Well,
before.
yeah, well, as opposed to your Guns N' Roses and you're horny, or your Slipknot and you're angry.
There's a lot of those bands that do have emotional songs like that.
Yeah,
Just nobody gave a shit.
yeah.
Nobody wanted that at the time. See, that's the whole thing about
Well, clearly they
All
wanted
of
it. That's why they
these-
bought all the records.
nope, didn't want it at the time. You gotta remember when all of this different music was being made and what was going on politically and socially at the time.
Mm-hmm.
When Guns N' Roses was making music,
Everyone
everybody's
was on cocaine.
drugs. They only want to fuck. So that's what they want to listen to.
Yeah. And shit, I think Hybrid Theory launched in, was it October of 2001?
Yeah.
Yeah, so some big things
Yep.
happened.
So I wouldn't be... I would never say any band is the first to do anything anymore.
Well, no,
Ever.
everything's a remix of everything. Like,
Yeah.
once you read the dictionary, every book you ever read is just a
Yeah.
remix.
And even like movements per se, I wouldn't say are ever band driven, because all of these things are most of the time it's from political and social things already happening.
Yeah, like that's what Minutes to Midnight. That whole album. Well, even more so with 1,000 Suns.
Yeah.
Like Minutes to Midnight. What the Minutes to Midnight refers to is the Doomsday Clock.
Yep.
Is where midnight on Doomsday is when the world ends.
Yep.
So it's Minutes to Midnight.
Yep.
And then their next album after that, which is actually my favorite album because it's one big piece of art. Like that album isn't just a collection of tracks like the other albums are. That album, like it's one long continuous story.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the albums and stuff that are continuous.
Yeah.
Or like a continuation through the whole thing. Whether that be like track-wise where they kind of all blend in. I like that a lot, but I also like a continuous story too. Yeah. I think that's great. That takes a lot of forethought.
Yeah. Because like that whole album starts with the Oppenheimer quote, like, "Now I've become death, the destroyer of worlds." And it's about the starting of the nuclear bomb. And then in the middle of it, it goes to like political unrest. Like there's a track, "Wisdom, Justice, and Love," that comes from Martin Luther King's speech. But then the second to final track, "Catalyst," is actually just it's a riot.
Yeah.
Like it's political unrest, people throwing Molotov cocktails.
Woo.
Like, so yeah, like the whole thing is like one big escalation to the whole, like, and it actually, if you listen to, the songs as like chapters in a book, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Which is why I really, really like that one. The thing is, that doesn't sell as well because you can't get singles out of it.
Yeah. Yep.
And actually, I'm going to sound like a bad fan, but that was kind of like, I think that was the last album that I actually bought from them. I actually do have a sealed copy of One More Light, but I never bought Hunting Party, and I never bought Living Things, even though Living Things has my absolute favorite song by them, which is Castle of Glass.
Yeah, Castle of Glass was always really good.
Yeah.
Big fan of that one.
It's a Shinoda heavy one, and it's also like, it's the same thing with Bleed It Out, like where it's very like like not quite folky, but like it's not stomp clap, but it's like it's one that everyone kind of like sing along to.
It's
like there's a high energy to it.
The beat is like the main focus.
Yeah,
and that one's good in that one. Bleed It Out does have that good.
Bleed It Out's fucking awesome.
Just that fucking.
The first time I saw them was for the Minutes to Midnight tour. And Bleed It Out was their second encore. So like everyone was like leaving, and then we hear like the keys jingling and the claps, and everyone just runs back. Is at the Quest Center.
Yeah.
Everyone runs back. We're in the upper bowl, and like everyone is like jumping on the upper bowl. Like we could feel like the whole building like moving. Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah, we were supposed to go see him, and then Chester broke his leg.
I did see them later for the Living Things tour. I saw them in Denver. At the time it was Comfort Dental. I think it's Fiddler's Green.
Yeah, what's the Quest Center now?
The CHI Health Center.
Is it still?
Yeah. Well, it was the Quest Center. Then it was the CenturyLink Center, which is the Clink.
Yeah, CenturyLink.
Which is my favorite. The Clink. Now it's CHI. But at the Fiddler's Green is this giant amphitheater in Denver, like in downtown Denver. So the whole thing's like on a hill. And we were in just like general admission. So like we're sitting on this lawn.
Yeah.
Like the stage is like down below you. And it all took place in like late afternoon. And when Linkin Park went on, it was like nighttime. And there were vendors going through the crowd just like selling like glow sticks and like light up glasses.
Oh, yeah.
One chick had like a giant like fairy wand that was lit up. And so as we're looking over the crowd, like it's all like kaleidoscope and like star scene, and then Linkin Park's playing. Like they knew how to put on a show. Like they definitely understood like the business of making music, and that's I think why they've been so successful. After A Thousand Suns, actually like during A Thousand Suns, they decided that they weren't just going to, okay, all right, guys, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna make an album, we're gonna have 12 tracks, and then we're gonna go on tour. They actually just had a place in LA where they would all just go, and every member of the band had like a Pro Tools kit.
Yeah.
And they would just make songs and
Make
like
your own shit.
yeah, and then at the end of the week they would just all like come together, and it's like, okay, this guitar part here works really, really well. But Chester, these lyrics right here, they kind of suck. You know, and they would come together and they would just make songs that way. So they were in this perpetual mode of just making music, and that's how A Thousand Suns came across. That's how Living Things happened, and then they kind of went back to their roots with Hunting Party, and that's actually probably like their hardest album.
Yeah.
There's some really good tracks in that one. But like as they kind of evolved, like remember, like I grew up with them. Like I was in junior high when Hybrid Theory came out. You know, I'm in my late 30s now. Like I kind of, you know, I'm not an emo kid anymore. Well, I mean, I still am, but
No, go back. We need to go back. I'm telling you, we fucked up by doing being,
growing up.
Gotta grow up now because we're old. No, fuck it, go back.
well, I'm not the only one that kind of ended up like growing out a little bit of their music, and I really wish I would have like actually bought Hunting Party when it came out, because like that it was a really good album that just kind of passed me by because I just wasn't into them at the time. But then as it kind of evolved and like, you know, things just changed, One More Light is by far their weakest album. It's still sold, but like it didn't, you can't put a track from One More Light onto Hybrid Theory and have it make sense. They do not sound like the same band anymore.
You know, I think that's fine though.
Well, no, Evolution is absolutely fine.
I think you have to do that as a band. You have to make different sounds and different stuff the whole time. Otherwise, you end up like Nickelback.
Yeah, and all they do is just make bajillions of dollars a year and sell at stadiums everywhere they go.
You know, they shouldn't though.
They do.
It's such bullshit. Who else is like that?
All of the butt rock, Creed.
I think that's why I hate butt rock so much, to be honest, because it all just sounds like shit to me. I can't stand it.
It's formulaic.
Plus, like, here's the other problem I have with butt rock. All of their voices sound like they're just being lazy pieces of shit. And it irks me so much. It's like, you could sound better if you just tried a little bit harder.
Dude, all of
man.
the Cougars listen to Nickelback.
I don't care. Cougars be damned. Anyway.
We kind of got to get to the sad part. I think I'll wrap that up. Is Chester Bennington taking his own life. You know, as I opened with, he didn't have a very good childhood, and that was something that kind of like never really left him. One of his coping mechanisms was substance abuse, you know, and you can kind of see that in a lot of his music. Breaking the Habit is literally about, you know, getting sober.
Yep.
And, you know, it did kind of like destroy relationships. On Minutes to Midnight, Valentine's Day is a song about his divorce.
Yep.
Yep. And it's... this will sound insensitive, but stay with me a bit. I really don't give a shit about sadness of rich people. However, like, these guys weren't born rich.
No. They made their own way.
Yeah. And...
the only up they had was some of them already lived in LA.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only up.
And in an interview, it's like, you know, Chester, how do you write songs like this? It's like, you know, you have everything you want. It's like, there never comes a day where you get a letter in the mail that says you're happy you've made it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
And I think that's what a lot of people kind of forget about is like at the end of the day, these people that are making these songs you love are still people.
Yeah.
Like they still have their own shit they're going through. Chester was a troubled guy.
Yeah.
And I don't think he ever found his happiness per se fully 100%. I think there was times where he was happy. You could tell. There's times that he's definitely happy. But deep down, he's still... I don't know if he ever quite found his place.
Mm.
And that's where the substance abuse comes from. That's where he just never quite found his way.
Well,
which sucks.
Yeah.
It does. But trauma and shit will do that to you, especially if you grow up that way. It's not fun, and I don't know if you ever fully let that go either. And
that's the thing is, I don't know. In my experience, it's something you just kind of deal with. Some days are better than others, but when something like that, man, I'm never gonna do the thought justice.
Yeah.
But like when something like that grabs hold, there's some times where it's too big.
Yep.
And it really, really kind of sucks. One of the big catalysts for that was one of the people that helped him through all that was Chris Cornell.
Yep, and he had also passed away.
Yeah, and Chester was like a couple months after that.
Yep.
I still remember sitting at work and seeing that at the top of Reddit, and the first two comments on that. The first one was, how the fuck am I supposed to go on when the guy who got me through all the hard times took his own life? Which I feel that. And, later, in the comments below, it's like, no, I'm not suicidal right now, but, it just really fucking sucks.
Yeah.
And, whoever this anonymous person on Reddit was, even me, that's kind of the thing that I thought too. It's like, shit, if he doesn't have a chance, one of the other absolutely heartbreaking, and this is the only time I've ever actually cried over celebrity death, was another comment under that same thread was, has anyone heard from Mike?
Oh, man. Yeah, that's brutal.
Yep. However, Linkin Park still does persist.
Yeah, I'm guessing they have stocks and stocks of unfinished stuff.
They do. Actually, a couple years ago, with the 25th anniversary, was it 25th or 15th? Meteor was 03. Even the 20th anniversary of Meteora, they had Lost. Yep. Which was just an unreleased track that was meant for that album. Yep. It's like, it's still good.
They probably have so much stuff.
They do. There's a bunch of, if you go to their Spotify, they have a bunch of, compilations and stuff and, unreleased things. Mm-hmm. Again, even their Cascade from their Hybrid Theory days, you can still find that. Mm-hmm. It's still really good. But they're still a band. And they do sampling with other, they'll guest on things. Like Mike Shinoda has his own side projects. I don't want to go too far into him because someday I really want to do an episode of just him.
So many things.
But as recently as this year, they've done a lot. They did a whole Australian tour, and they had local Australian bands just play with them. Yeah. And there is a chick from Australia.
I did hear about that.
Her voice, she sounds like Chester.
They were like, they should put her in.
Yes.
They should do it. But here's the other idea. We're having concerts and things now with Hatsune Miku, even though she's not real. What if, sometimes you put a lovely hologram of Chester every once in a while? I wouldn't say all the time. Just, maybe for a song. Not so bad.
I mean, I think there's other ways to do it.
There's not, though.
Well, no, not but okay, the saddest goddamn song that Linkin Park ever wrote was One More Light.
Yeah.
It's literally about him dealing with suicide.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know if that would be the song to do it
well,
for.
no, but like if, like as like a they can do a very very poignant moment where because the last long line of that song is who cares if one more light goes out in a sea of a million stars? I do.
Oh, that would be cool. Just have him.
Yeah.
That'd be neat.
Yeah,
but
I think that'd be a little bit better than Tupacing him into a song.
He can do it. I'm just saying. There was enough footage of the guy out there. I think they could make it work.
So, yeah, that's my take on Linkin Park. They've always been hope, and I like I don't know, their music allowed me to feel different emotions that I could be. Even all the way down to the very beginning with Paper Cut, but shut up when I'm talking. I can be angry. I can have a voice.
Yeah.
I can say things. All the way to Castle of Glass, where it's I can be strong, but damn it, there's cracks.
I gotta think about my favorite song from them because I listened to Minutes of Midnight and didn't always look at song titles because I have a problem with that where I'll just listen to shit from people and not look at what I'm listening to.
And there's like some like lesser known tracks. The final track from Minutes to Midnight is The Little Things Give You Away, and it's about standing up to someone who wronged you, and with like the slow guitar and the gentle melody with Chester, and then even down to the lyrics where it's all you ever wanted was someone to look up to you, and 6 feet underwater now I do. It's about being defeated and like pissed off, but not really having an option to do the next thing. Like we've all kind of been there, I think. What did you have for song, or can you remember?
I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking about which one.
Trying to remember how
would
they all go.
correspond to which one? I really liked What I've Done, and I know they used it for fucking Transformers, but I did really like that one.
Oh yeah. Or the one they used for the second Transformers movie, New Divide.
Oh yeah, that one was good too.
That one fucking rocks.
Those slapped way harder than they needed to.
Yeah.
Especially for fucking Transformers. I liked Roads Untraveled. That's on Living Things. I really liked that one a lot. But yeah, Living Things was good too. I still just really like Minutes of Midnight.
The Hunting Party is just a pissed off album. Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
But there's what's the one on there? Powerless. And again, like if you actually like, you can kind of track, well, not track Chester's decline, but you can definitely see like when he has highs and lows. Like the song Powerless, it starts out as like someone is like just gently, it's like, man, yeah, things are kind of rough, and yeah, I feel kind of, I feel powerless. But as the whole song is one giant crescendo.
Yeah.
Because at the end he's just screaming powerless, like it's. I'm wondering, like, maybe kind of wrote that song for himself a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
so, what's your opinion on the one that came out this year, Friendly Fire?
I just listened to that like last night.
Oh,
well, yeah, because like that album, it's kind of like a greatest hits, really.
It's a single.
Oh, there's the green.
Yeah, it's a single.
Well, yeah, but it's a single off that album.
It's.
Are you sure?
Yep, that's it. That's the only thing on that.
No, there's one. I just had it up.
Right here. This is it.
Yeah, there's an album that goes with it.
No, I don't think so.
Paper Cuts.
Paper Cuts.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is that? Why do I not see it?
Yeah,
I had only heard of this song.
It has Friendly Fire. It has Lost. What's the other one? QWERTY.
It is the greatest hits thing.
Yeah.
But that one was a new release.
Yeah. It's the last song on that one. It's like,
Live in Tokyo, 2006.
yeah.
Neato. Anyway, yeah, because that's what? Did you like that one? I guess is what I'm asking. Did you like that one?
Yeah.
Even though it's much later now.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyww. So
Yeah, and if you lived under a rock for the last 25 years, give Linkin Park a shot. They're pretty good.
All right, good enough. I don't know who that would be towards.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, not. It's like, the Beatles, who?
Yeah, why the fuck are the Beatles such a big deal when we have all these other bands that are
it's
more prolific and better?
It's boomerisms, but also it's...
Damn them boomers!
It's like, oh, no, it's a foundation of stuff. It's like, no, you can have a successful rock band.
Yeah, I guess they could be considered a rock band-esque because of how many drugs they did.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they were the bridge from oldies to classic rock.
That's fair,
Yeah.
I guess. All right. Are you ready for your spins?
Let's do a spin.
Do the spins. Fashion.
Fashion?
Didn't you just have that?
I did, because I did kilts.
Yeah. Oh, you can do it again.
Well, dear listener, I think this is a longer episode. Shit.
Yeah, you weren't going. You were going.
Yeah. Yeah, I was passionate about this one. Well, dear listener, thank you for hanging out with us. Remember to wet your plants, not your pants.
Water your
Water your pants.
Water your plants, not your pants. What?
Oh, wait, no, I'm supposed to leave you off with the joke. Oh, shit, I don't have one.
God damn it. I might have another one on backup if you want it.
Yes. What do you have?
Right.
I had one. No, I've already done that one.
A panda walks into a restaurant and orders a simple meal. He eats it, takes out his shotgun, and shoots the roof, and then exits the building.
What?
As he's exiting, the owner's like, "Dude, what the hell?" And the panda, as he's strolling away, says, "Look me up." So the owner does so. And under panda, it says, "Eats, shoots, and leaves."
Okay, yep.
Get wrecked.
Yep. All right, that was good. All right, stay hydrated, don't die.
See you later.
Bye.